We're all drowning in overconsumption in literally every area of our lives. But I think it turns out there's a really, really simple solution to stop consuming. And the answer is to start creating. When I first heard that, it hit me in the face. Whack. Whoa. That's so true. I spend all my life just consuming content or watching TV or reading books, which, by the way, all of those things in of themselves can be fine. They're not really necessarily good or bad, but the impact on us can be good or bad. And if we're all one thing, we're missing so much more that life has. We shouldn't just be all one thing. Yeah, so it hit me in the face and I thought, yeah, I need to start creating. This was quite a while ago now. And I kind of think that we've turned creating into something that only certain people are capable of. It's like you need to be good enough to actually create something. It's not a measure we hold children to. In fact, with kids, we encourage them to create as much as possible. We're encouraging them to paint and draw and write stories and use their imaginations. But somewhere along the line, we all have this lesson of you need to be good enough to keep doing it, otherwise it's pointless. Otherwise you might as well not bother, and you should just leave it to the people who are good enough. And really you're only good enough if you are naturally that way. It's not something you could learn. Oh no, you need to just be good at it from the offset. I mean, that's all a load of codswallop. It's not true. It's not true in any way that the people who we consider to be good enough were just simply born that way. And it's not true that we need to be good enough to do the thing to begin with. I really loved art at school. I've loved art my whole life. I love drawing, loved painting. But there was this kid in my class who was extremely good at drawing. Like crazy good at drawing. I don't know why or how, but my perception was that he just was naturally amazing at it. And if you weren't as good as that, then there was no point in you doing it at all. And I was young when I had this thought. I mean, I must have been 12 or 13, because by the time I was choosing my GCSEs, I remember saying to my teachers, I'm not good enough to do art. I can't do that. And they turned around to me and said, yes, you are. And how lucky am I that they turned around and said that? How lucky am I that I was brave enough to say out loud, I'm not good enough to do this. And then for someone who I respected to turn around and say, actually, yes, you are, Grace. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you should try this. And not only that, but they supported me through it. I did do art GCSE and I loved it. I really loved it, to the point that I carried it on into A-levels, and it was my favourite thing. And I mean, I did not like school at all. I wanted to be out there, but the one place you would find me when I was there was in the art class. At every opportunity I had, doing more art, creating, painting, drawing. But even though I'd got over that original hurdle, that I didn't think I was good enough, and actually I remember getting to a point when I was doing my A-levels that I saw other people looking at me and the art I was creating, and they were saying, but we're not as good as you. We can't do it like that. And I didn't know how to explain to them, you don't need to. Your art is your art. It's not about comparing to me. It's just creating the art that you want to create that's true to you. I left school and I've been in what would be considered a creative job ever since. Always, I've been creating things, mostly videos. I stopped painting when I stopped school, and it was a decade later before I thought about starting again. And it's because I had this idea in my head, and it's the same idea. It's the same thing. I thought I can only continue doing art after school if I become a real artist, and only people who are good enough get to be a real artist. I mean, this is all so convoluted and ridiculous, because you're not an artist because you create art people buy. At least I don't think so. Not anymore. You're an artist because you create art Just as I think you're a writer because you write. You don't need to be a writer that anyone even reads the words you write. You just need to write, and that makes you a writer. I guess the real question is, what's the point of it all? And if you put too much weight into the point being that other people like what you're doing, or appreciate, or think it's good, then there's not much point at all. But that's kind of a sad way to be. And it doesn't get you anywhere. Because the real truth of it is, no one becomes good at something by never doing it. No one does. No one does. No one does. You know that. Everyone knows that. When you think about it logically and sensibly, you know that no one becomes good at doing something by never doing it. So, I mean, it's obvious. You need to just do it. You need to just do it. And so a couple of years ago, I had got into such a rut. I was just consuming all kinds of things, lovely, amazing things, and crappy things too, but it was a lot of consumption and not very much creation, and that is not the way that I best function in the world. And thankfully something jumped in my mind and said, Grace, you need to start creating. And when I said the words out loud that I would like to start doing some painting, my husband didn't dismiss it or say, that's ridiculous, or why do you want to do that? He said, let's go to the shop and buy you some art supplies. And so we didn't go to some fancy store. We didn't go and find the best art supplies around. We went to the cheap bargain store where you can buy everything you need to do paints and more. I don't know, 50 colours of paints, a whole paintbrush set, and all these canvases, and we spent £50. I mean, £50. If you'd have told me that the gap between where I was and where I am now really just started with me spending £50, I mean, I would have spent that £50 100 times over. It was worth every single penny to spend £50 to get myself out of that rut and find my way here to a place where, it turns out I love creating. I love making things with my hands. Here's the thing. Your ideas are good enough. You don't need to follow someone else's instructions perfectly. You can be creative and break the rules. You can try something new. You can create anything you want without a reel or someone on the internet telling you how to. You can just create for the sake of creating with no instructions or perfectionism or hope for an excellent result. You can just create to create and then put it in the bin at the end. This isn't about productivity. I'm not encouraging you to do more, be more, say more. All I'm really doing is saying, if you spend your whole life consuming and it's getting you down, there's a really simple solution, and it's to start creating. You don't need to be the next Van Gogh or J.K. Rowling, or I am terrible at thinking of references, so I'm very sorry, but I'm just going to jump on to my point. The point is, you don't need to be the best of the best. You don't even need to be close to being half right. You can just create for the sake of creating. You can have a mum that turns around and says, Grace, that's amazing. And you might not have that at all, but either way, just create. Just make something. Just give it a go. I'll give you 3 steps, because you might just be here in a random scroll and you've randomly come across this video of this random girl who really is just starting on YouTube. And I'm loving every second, and if you want to stay, I'd love for you to stay and see more of my videos. But don't if you don't want to. You just might have randomly clicked on this video, and if that's the case, let me give you 3 steps that you can do right away. I mean, step 1 is to turn this video off, but maybe wait until I've given you the rest of the steps. Turn this video off, quit the scroll. Turn the screen off that you're watching this on, and get yourself to a shop. You don't need to go to a shop necessarily, but you probably do, because you need to go to a shop that sells supplies of things that you can create. Let's just keep it simple. Most shops in the UK sell things that you can create with. Step 2, just pick something. Just pick something. I mean, if you have to go to the kids aisle and pick a random kids activity creating thing, that's fine, but you don't need to. You could go to Hobbycraft. They sell tons of kits for adult creating things, random things, I don't know, sewing, knitting, clay, painting. Paint by numbers, that's a great way to start creating. Pick something, get yourself over that line and just spend a bit of money on something to create. And then And then what you're going to do is you're going to create the thing. That's step number 3. You're just going to create something. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to lower the bar all the way to the floor. It can be absolute, complete rubbish that you don't want to show anyone ever. It doesn't matter. Just create something. Whether it's writing or painting or making with clay, knitting, sewing, crochet, I don't know. There's so many things you can create. People have been creating forever. And you can join in too. You're allowed. You're so allowed. You're allowed to create. And you should. I think it could change your life. If you are not currently creating, quit consuming and start creating. Whoa, turns out I'm good at just going off. Wind me up and set me going. I hope you've turned this video off by now, but if you haven't, can you click like and maybe subscribe as you turn it off and go create something, go do something fun. Yeah, thanks. See you next time. Bye.